Hey, what's up you guys? I just want to say before this video starts that just because there's been some amazing progress with George Floyd's case, and just because, you know, Black Lives Matter is not trending on Twitter anymore, does not mean that the work is done. This is not a overnight thing. This is a long-term, you know, movement that still needs our support. There's so many people that still need justice. There are so many protesters who still need help. This is not like something that's just been solved overnight just because 4 police officers have been arrested. This is an ongoing thing. So all of the links from my last video are still going to be in the description. Please keep checking them out. Please keep signing petitions. Please keep donating if you can. Please keep supporting Black booktubers. Please keep buying books by Black authors. You know, this is not something that just because it's not trending on Twitter anymore is over and we can move on. This is an ongoing thing. So with that all said, let's just get straight into this video. Hey, what's up you guys? I've tried to film this intro like 6 times and I just want to say thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. It honestly means the world to me that 1,000 people are over that now, but like care enough to subscribe, to like listen to what I'm saying. Like it just honestly means so much. I just want to say thank you so much to every single person that's ever subscribed to my channel. Even if you don't watch my videos anymore, I still want to say thank you. I put on Twitter, I'm really drunk. I put on Twitter that I was going to do a Q&A. So I'm going to answer the questions. They're all, I don't know how Twitter organizes the replies, but they're not in chronological order. So I'm just going to do it in the order that Twitter shows them up in. And yeah, thank you so much. So the very first question, Erica. Yeah, so Erica said, what book do you recommend all the time? And for me, it's Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre is my favourite classic and honestly just my favourite book I've ever read. It honestly hits different. I don't know why. Like the character of Jane Eyre is just one of the best characters I've ever read about. She's so strong. She's such an independent bitch. Like even when she was like 10 years old, she was like telling her aunt, she was like, no, you don't treat me right. Like I just love her so much and I really want to reread that book, but I have a thing about rereading books that I've already reviewed on BookTube because I haven't read that many. So yeah. She also said, what is your favourite genre? Honestly, I read so many different genres. I'm not really sure. Obviously I've been reading a lot of classics, but also I really just love fantasy maybe. I think I'm really into fantasy recently. And what is your comfort food? Honestly, okay, in the UK they do these vegan Linda McCartney pies. They're so good. I love them so much. Charlotte said, which of your videos are you most proud of / enjoyed the most? I'm actually really proud of my Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes review. It's my most viewed butcher video. And I stayed up all night to read the book as fast as possible because I wanted to be the first person to get a review up, and obviously it paid off. And I got like so many views, so many comments, but also I'm just really proud of it. And I like the way that I put like the stuff at the side, like saying like what each section of the review was about, all that stuff. I really like that. I was really proud of that, and I was glad it done well. Like I actually felt proud that was my most viewed video, because before that I'd done like a Midnight Sun reaction. I was the first person to get a Midnight Sun reaction up, but that video was like 2.5 minutes long and I didn't say anything of substance, and I was kind of embarrassed. I got so many views. As she said, what is the worst book you've read because of BookTube hype? Of BookTube hype, the only real hype I've fallen into that I've not liked was The Cruel Prince, and I didn't hate it. It wasn't like a bad book, but I just did not live up to the hype. I read it and I was like, is this it? Like it was so basic, and the characters were so uninteresting. The plot was so just like generic. Like I really didn't care about the plot of The Cruel Prince, and I was like, oh, I'll read the sequels, but I never have, and I don't know if I ever will now, to be honest. Rosie said, what book in your TBR intimidates you the most? On my like mental TBR, It by Stephen King, because it's so long, but on my like physical TBR, I have a lot of like classics that I've just bought because they were cheap in like secondhand bookstores. And Rob Roy, I can't remember the author, it's like a Scottish one anyway, that intimidates me because I feel like I need to like it because it's Scottish, but like I don't know if I will, so I don't know about that. She also said, do you have a book that you reread? Okay, because I only started reading books again last January, I haven't reread that much because I feel really weird about rereading books I've already talked about on BookTube. So I've been rereading, like obviously I reread The Hunger Games and The Maze Runner, but it's because I read them originally back in like 2012, so it didn't really count. I haven't really reread that many since then. I don't know. She also said something everyone should do when visiting Scotland. Honestly, forget the cities, like you need to go into like the nature, you need to go up north, you need to see like the mountains and the landscapes and all of that stuff. My favourite place is the top of Ben Ann, which is like a mountain hill. It's like a hill walking thing. The view up there is amazing. I have a vlog where I done it with some of my friends, and yeah, I love it up there. KJ Creed said, what's a movie you can watch over and over again? Spring Breakers. Spring Breakers is my favourite movie. I can watch it forever. Like the aesthetic, like the neon lights, like everything about it. I love it so much. Favourite fast food place? Because I'm vegan, it's kind of difficult. Probably, honestly, in the UK they have the vegan KFC burger now and it's so good. Probably Burger King though, other than that. And do you have any pets? I have 2 guinea pigs. I will try to remember to put a picture up here. I love them so much, they're so cute. Danny from Untitled Chapter said, I'm trying to just go through these as fast as possible. When you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up? What changed your mind? So I originally wanted to be a social sciences teacher in a high school, which is basically like modern studies, so like politics and all that stuff. Then I kind of like fell out the idea of that. And I also wanted to be a film director for a while. I've never studied film in my life, but for a while that's what I wanted to do. And this teacher stuff, I just decided I didn't want to be a teacher, to be honest. And then the movie director, it's because I was like, I don't really want to go to movie school. She said, what's a book you wish had never been written? The only book I remember that I've gave 1 star on Goodreads is Alice by Christina Henry. That book pissed me off so much. It's literally, okay, it was like an Alice in Wonderland retelling. Other than the names, nothing to do with Alice in Wonderland. It was literally just like rape scene after rape scene after rape scene, and it triggered me so bad. And I literally, like, I'm not someone who gets triggered, but like, I hated it so much. I hated every second of reading it. And I only kept reading it because I literally paid full price for it out of Waterstones. I never paid full price for books. I always get everything second hand for some reason. This was like back when I started BookTube, and I went on Waterstone. No, I was in the Waterstones store in Glasgow, and I was like, oh, I love Alice in Wonderland. Like, it's one of my favourite books ever. And I bought it. I hated it. I hated every second of that book. What's one you wish someone would write? I don't know. I have a book that I haven't had in my head, and I wrote like 1,000 words of it one night. So maybe that, but I'm not going to say anymore because I ever decided to read it, which I'm not. Write it. Paula said, did you start listening to My Chemical Romance after showing that t-shirt in the video? No, I'm such a fake. I only dressed up as a My Chemical Romance stan for an Instagram picture because I'm fake. I do like, what's that song? The song about his dead grandma. I like that one. What's it called? Helena. I like Helena. Neve said, what's the country you love to travel to? Japan. I want to go to Japan so bad. I want to go next year. I was meant to travel around Europe this year and then go to Japan next year, but then this year it's obviously been cancelled because of coronavirus. So next year I am 100% going to all around Europe and Japan. I'm just going to spend like so much time travelling and so much money. And then Cheryl said, what was the book that made you realise you enjoy reading? So I hadn't read in years until last January. I was like, okay, for my New Year's resolution, I'm going to read 2 books a month. And then I read To Kill Him. No, what was it? The Catcher in the Rye. I read The Catcher in the Rye, and I read it in like 2 days, and I was like, reading's kind of fun. And then that's when I started reading more, and then I read like 8 books, like all classics, in January. And then I made my BookTube channel the end of that January. I didn't know BookTube existed at all until I made my video, to be honest. And then I, found more books and then just spiraled out of there. Bemused Bookworm said, would you consider only eating purple food for a day? Maybe. I don't know what purple food there are, to be honest, other than like, cabbage. The blue one was because, honestly, I was like, okay, I want to do like a food thing because I love food, but I wanted to relate it to a book. And I was like, okay, Percy Jackson. So, I mean, maybe, but I don't know. Do you have any embarrassing blooper takes you haven't shared? If so, please share. Okay, so I can't share because I recorded my phone, so I delete everything after because you have to save space. But that blue, oh my god, that blue food video. So obviously I like done a lot of cuts like of me eating the food. There was so much like time. There was like 2-minute spaces of me like sadly looking in the camera, like trying to stuff blue rice into my mouth, and it was like, It was so bad. I was watching it back and I was like, I look so sad in this video. She also said the oldest unread book in your bookshelf. Because I only really started collecting books last January. I don't have that many. I have a lot of classics that I bought just because they were cheap in bookstores, and obviously I was like trying to focus my channel on classics for a long time, but I kind of got over that. I don't really care about classics anymore. So maybe Sense and Sensibility, I have 2 copies of that, and I have no interest in reading it anymore. Inkish Kingdom said, how do you get people to watch you? Honestly, commenting on other people's videos is the biggest thing that you can do for your channel. Just make sure that people see your name, just keep putting yourself out there, just keep other people, well, obviously like smaller channels. And it's not even like a using way, it's just like people that started around the same time as you, is like you build each other up, and that's like the biggest advice I can give, is like just like try and make friends that started around the same time as you, that have the same kind of number of subscribers as you, and like you just build each other up, and eventually, you know, because the algorithm or whatever, it helps. And also promoting yourself on Twitter. My channel only really started to take off a lot when I started using Twitter a lot, and you basically just need to, don't feel ashamed of promoting your own stuff, basically. Like for a while I felt kind of like embarrassed, like promote my own videos, but like you have to do it, to be honest. Yeah, Celebrity Reads said, fave you want everyone to read? Twilight. Book habits? Or bad book habits, sorry, bad book habits. I don't care about like dog-earing pages, if that's what you call it. I do it all the time. I do it with library books. Sorry. She also said, if you have a pint with that author, who would it be? I don't know. I'd love to meet Stephanie Meyer. I'd love to meet Brandon Sanderson. Susan Collins, kind of, I don't really care about her. But like, I would love to meet Stephanie Meyer, to be honest. I'm such a Twilight stan. Also, do you buy books based on cover pages? Kind of, not really. I don't really buy that many books. I try and use the library as much as possible. So it's normally just from, you know, booktube recommendations, and that's it. Star Reads YA said, what's your favourite Disney animated movie? Lilo and Stitch. I love Lilo and Stitch. I actually have, okay, wait. I have little Lilo and Stitch bobbleheads on this shelf up here. Michaela said, what's your favourite, or no, what's your most controversial opinion? Okay, so I don't understand why people are so insulted when other people say that audiobooks aren't reading, because, okay, and please listen to what I'm trying to say. So if we assume, which I 100% think, that listening and reading have the same value, okay, the same value, you obviously don't read audiobooks because it's about using your eyes, use your ears, so it's listening. And people that love audiobooks act as if listening is a bad word. They act like it's like a slur or something, and it's not. Like, you're not reading an audiobook, you're listening to it. So to say you've read these books but it's audiobooks isn't correct. But also, it doesn't have any less value, in my opinion. Like, listening and reading both have the exact same value. But like, listening is not a bad word, and people act as if the word listening is a bad word, and I don't understand why. Blueberry Bushies, why did you go vegan? I always, in my whole time, so I've been vegetarian since 2013. I always wanted to be vegetarian. And then I've been on and off vegan a few times in the last like 3 or 4 years. And honestly, it's just because the one thing that eventually sent me completely over into the vegan edge is when I found out how many male chickens are killed in the egg industry. Like, more chickens are killed in the egg industry than they are in the actual like chicken meat industry. Like, it is crazy. If you look it up, so many male chicks, because the chickens used for meat and the chickens used for eggs are like bred differently. So like, male chicks born in the egg industry are just like completely killed, and their bodies are discarded. They're not even ate. Like, they're not even like useful in that end. They're just killed. So that's what finally pushed me over the edge. Olivia's Catastrophe said, favourite social media? For a long time it was Instagram, but honestly I kind of fell out with Instagram recently. I actually deactivated my account for a few weeks, and I'm going to do it again, I think. I just don't really care about it. So probably Twitter right now, because it's where I can connect with all of my booktube friends. But before I was really into like booktube Twitter, I didn't care about Twitter, to be honest. I actually hated it. Favourite food? Overall, I'm such a chocolate addict, but obviously because I'm vegan, I only have vegan chocolate now, which isn't as good, but like I love chocolate. The worst book you've read was Alice, and a book you like but never talk about. I don't know. I mean Jane Eyre, but I feel like I've not talked about it in a while, but when I first read it, I talked about it all the time. But yeah, see, because I only started reading once I joined BookTube, I feel like I've talked about all the books I really love. So that's kind of hard. But Jane Eyre. Butterflies on my bookshelf said, what's your favourite beverage? If we're talking soft drinks, then Diet Coke. If we're talking alcohol, then pint gin. Darian Reed said, what's your favourite book you found because of BookTube? Anything by Brandon Sanderson. Mistborn, actually. Let's be Mistborn. I had never heard of Brandon Sanderson before I joined BookTube, and then Murphy Napier kept talking about Mistborn, and honestly, I love it so much. I love Brandon Sanderson. I'm so glad I found his channel. Kira, the Book Bella, said, what would you do if you had $1 million? I would buy myself a nice house in LA. Although I feel like you don't even get that good a house for $1 million in LA. And then I would try and help as many of my friends as I could, and my family, obviously. I feel like $1 million, like, once you break it down into, like, buying specific things, actually doesn't last that long. Which is kind of sad when you think about it. She said, what fictional character you think you could be best friends with? Oh my god. I don't know. I'd love to be best friends with Jane Eyre because I feel like she needs a hug. I'd love to give Jane Eyre a hug and just tell her, like, I care about you. Bew? I don't know how you say your name, sorry. But Lorraine Forrest said, if your channel wasn't BookTube, what would it be? My channel was never meant to be BookTube originally. My channel was just meant to be, like, me. That's why it's not like a bookish name. It's just, like, my name. And originally I wanted to do mostly vegan videos, however I don't really cook, so I couldn't really do recipes or anything, and then eventually I just fell into BookTube and kind of got stuck here, but in a good way. Like, I love BookTube. But yeah, probably vegan videos. And she also said, do you listen to ASMR? And I don't, sorry. Layla, Reading with a Boss, said, why am I the best? You're not. No, I'm kidding. I love Layla. I love you. And what's something valuable you have learned thus far from being a booktuber? Honestly, it's just kind of opened my eyes to so many different experiences and so many different people from around the world. I've never had this much interaction with people from other countries as much as I have since I joined BookTube, so definitely that. Leia said, biggest unpopular opinion, I already said it, so the whole audiobooks thing, but literally, like, when I say that, it's like audiobooks do have as much value as physically reading, but it's just not reading, it's listening, and I wish people didn't act as if listening was a bad word. And she said, a popular author you will never read from and why? I have no interest in Sarah J Maas. Whenever I hear about her books, what's it even called? The Throne of Glass? I just don't care about the Throne of Glass. I don't care about that. She said, what BookTube video will you never watch? I don't say never because it depends on the person, but I really don't care about TBRs, and also if your video is more than 20 minutes long, I'm probably not watching it, to be honest. And this video is already at 19 minutes, so I'm definitely going to wrap up in a minute. Raishaverse, I hope I said your name right, said, what's the best thing about BookTube? Honestly, the people. I've made such good friends here, and I know the community can have its ups and its downs, but the people, to be honest. Casper said, have you ever gotten cancelled for hating/loving a particular book? No, I have not, but I definitely almost got cancelled once for saying that the cast of Divergent was hot, which, let's not even go into it. Immediately I said favourite Twilight book/movie, the original very first book and movie is my favourite, especially the movie. The very first movie is a work of art, I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to do two more questions, or two more tweets. So Tamar said, what is the weirdest place you've read a book in/at? I don't really know about weirdest. Oh, okay, so when I was in LA, it's on my channel. I walked from the bottom, so the Getty Museum is at the top of a hill, and the bus or like transport up was gonna be like another 5 minutes, and the guy was like, oh, you can just walk, it's only a 10-minute walk. So I was like walking while I was reading, like up the hill to the Getty Museum, which I guess is kind of quirky. Serena said, what is your favourite movie / TV show? My favourite movies are Scream, Spring Breakers, Palo Alto. They're the ones that come to my head first, so obviously they're my favourites. TV shows, I don't really watch TV shows that much. I watch American Horror Story and Riverdale because I've always watched them. I don't really start new ones. Although an underrated show on Netflix is Santa Clarita Diet. Please watch it. It got cancelled because no one was watching it, and it ends on such a good cliffhanger, and it got cancelled. I'm still mad about it. She said, have you ever DNF'd a series? No, I really don't DNF. I think I've DNF'd like 3 or 2 books since I joined BookTube. I don't DNF often. And what's your favourite beverage? I've already said Diet Coke or vodka. But not together. I only drink lemonade with vodka. Oh, I'm going to try and do a few more. So I'm going to try and do rapid. So Jess said, what's one book you wish you could unread? Alice by Christina Henry. That book. Hated that book so much. Joanna Tation said, what's your favourite thing about Scotland? The scenery, like I said, up north, in the mountains and the hills. I love it. It's so cute. I'll try and put a picture up if I remember of like me up Ben Ann, but that's my favourite view. Just Ben Ann, top of it. I love it. Sydney said, what type of music do you like? Honestly, this is not even a joke. I'm going to look 100% in the camera. This is not a joke. My favourite song of all time is Bad Day by Alvin and the Chipmunks. I'm not even being kidding. I'm not even like being sarcastic. Bad Day by Alvin and the Chipmunks is a banger. It is so good. But other than that, I'll literally just listen to like Lana Del Rey and Avril Lavigne. Do you like reading with or without background noise? I cannot have any noise. Not even people talking. I have to have complete silence to read. Okay, this is going to be the last one. Emma Novella said, favourite classic? Jane Eyre. Worst classic? What have I hated? Oh my god, what did I talk about? I done a video on my worst classics. Oh my god, what's it called? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I hated One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Favourite Scottish thing? The scenery. An animal you love that people might not realise. I don't know if I love them, but rats deserve more praise. Rats are so cute, and people diss rats. People hate rats. But honestly, they're just little babies. They're literally just like hamsters with long tails, and people diss them so much, but I like them. I keep saying I'm going to end this video, but I keep doing more. So Roger said, what did you feel when you noticed people started watching? Joy, being nervous, etc. And he left a nice comment. I will like it. So obviously I always wanted people to watch my channel, but it is nervous, it is, I don't know what the word is, but when people do start to actually watch, you feel a bit like, oh, am I saying the right thing? Like, I honestly think every single video I upload, I like it at the time, and then I upload it, and I'm like, oh my god, it was such a bad video, why did I upload that, why did I put it on the internet? But I'm really proud of most of my videos, even though the quality of a lot of them is not good. When I look back, I'm like, why did I film it that way? Why is the lighting that way? I honestly feel like since I had like these lights and like the ring light and stuff, it's got better. Like, I really actually like all my videos since I had this set up. But even when I just had the ring light and not the like lights behind me, I just think it looks, I don't know, not professional. But I am honestly proud of most of my videos. I wouldn't really upload a video if I didn't like it. Although I really miss when I used to upload videos and I was sat on my living room floor. Leave a like if you remember those days. And okay, finally, this is my last question for you. Teresa said, which book has made you feel the most seen? I don't know if she means on BookTube or in general. Why did I choose a confusing question for the last one? Teresa, I love you, but this question confused me. On terms of BookTube, honestly, obviously the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes was my most viewed. If you talk about like in my personal heart, I have no idea. That question's too deep for me. But thank you anyway for your question. That's such a bad question to end on. Okay, I'll read it a few more. Bunny Cake said, what is your favourite hobby not related to books? I really don't have any hobbies apart from making YouTube videos and books. I game, to be honest, but I only play like The Sims, Animal Crossing, and Minecraft, so they're not even like real games. And Cecilia said, what is your favourite green food? Okay, as a vegan, I love greens. I love iceberg lettuce, I love spinach, I love peas, I love broccoli, I love it all. And I'm going to end it there before I keep going on and on and on, because I have so many more replies, but This video is already long enough. So thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like, please subscribe. Thank you so much. I love you all, and I'm sorry if this was a mess. I'm a little bit drunk, and that's all I have to say. Okay, thanks so much. Goodbye.